Hi everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much everybody for coming back to my channel. Thank you to everybody who's listening in the podcast. It is August 18, 2024. I wanted to come here and speak about another person who traveled away, who traveled outside of the United States to do a retreat and she never returned home. But before I continue, I want to say thank you to everybody who has been subscribing. Thank you so much to everybody who follows me on Spotify. If you haven't, so please do so. I really appreciate everybody who follows me on Spotify. Spotify took a while for me to kind of like get going when it comes to this podcast. So every time I see somebody new following me, it really makes my day. So thank you so much to everybody. Also, thank you so much to everybody who listens using Apple Podcasts and Amazon Music. Thank you so much, everyone. And of course, thank you to everybody who watches this video on YouTube, and thank you for subscribing. So here we are, guys, once again. I feel like 2024, we heard this story many times. Another single woman traveling outside of the United States to attend a retreat in a foreign land, I guess you can say, to learn the trade, to learn more information, to know more, and then they never return home. We still, they're still searching for Tracy, I believe her name is, from who went missing like back in late June or something like that. She went to the yoga retreat. So here we are, guys. It's getting dangerous out there. But this case, to be honest, when I heard about this case, I was like, this is no blaming whatsoever. I think what happened to this woman is terrible. But I'm like, man, it's very shocking for me to see that out of all the places, like, I would have never imagined anybody, after knowing what this country has gone through in the last, they always have some type of struggle. It's almost like, this land always had an issue. I don't know how to describe it. And, I guess people who, if you read your Bible, you kind of know what's happening in this land, right? Please don't come for me. Like, people always get defensive when you speak about a particular country, but sometimes you have to look at the history to know, man, this is why this is happening. We all know, guys, that Haiti has struggled, since history that I know about that country. And you guys know I'm Dominican, so I was very aware of Haiti at a very early age, okay? Because when you're growing up in the Dominican Republic and you're you're doing arts and crafts in school, you're drawing the island map, right? Especially me, I did a lot of art classes in my early school days. So I'm very familiar with Haiti when it comes to where it's located, right? It's our neighboring country over there in the DR. So I was like, man, out of all the places that you can go ahead and do a retreat to learn something about some type of training, you're gonna go to Haiti, like, out of all the places? And not only that, but you're gonna go and study Vodou, which is the main religion over there in Haiti. And we all know, guys, that Vodou plays a fine line. Vodou, what is Vodou about? Like, let me see if I can give you more information. We all know that, that's just like playing with fire. It's like you're stirring up a pot, thinking that nothing is gonna happen. Not only you're gonna learn more about this, that has I'm gonna give you a little history about the practice of Vodou, but you're gonna go to a country who is known, like I said, please don't come for me. I'm going about the facts and the information that we learn on a daily basis of the stuff that goes on in Haiti. Okay, we have missionaries that go there, who leave the comfort of their home to go there to help people over there, and the same people receiving the help will kidnap these people for more money, will rape the people that go there and help them, will kill them, It's like, out of all the places, this is the place that you thought, like anybody can think in their right mind. Like, it would be so shocking for a person, like I said, knowing the history of Haiti, knowing how bad. I mean, it has gotten worse in the last couple of days, and knowing the current situation, I guess you can say, that is happening over there. Why, out of all the places, would anybody would be like, oh yeah, this is where I want to spend my money to go to? Traveling solo, not only that, traveling solo to learn the religion of these people that have been struggling for so many years, and to know like everything that has happened to them, and to know that their own president in 2021 got killed by them. So their own leader was killed by them, because right now there is a trial going on, I believe, for somebody's waiting for trial. I believe this is to do with the wife, or, I really haven't been following that case, but like it was very shocking for me to learn this. Like, that's like, those are the places that you want to stay away, as far away as possible. So Vodou, okay, is a traditional Afro-Haitian religion. And it says here, I just searched this, the word Vodou means spirit or deity. It says here, what do Vodou believes, okay? From my understanding, Vodou is very connected to witchcraft. This is my understanding. Very connected to witchcraft, sacrifice, invoking the enemy, things like that, right? Like I said, I know about Haiti at a very young age. I know what they believe. Obviously, when I say Haiti, obviously it's not everybody. I know there's people in Haiti who believe in Jesus Christ and who share the gospel of Jesus Christ, and they're from there and they were born there. Like, I know that. I'm saying that the majority of the people over there, that is their main religion. Okay, my understanding from Vodou is about rituals and candles and sacrifices and animal sacrifices and witchcraft, invoking the devil, all of that crazy stuff that you don't want to be playing with. Okay, so it says here they believe in the use of rituals to bring the possession of the devout by something else. Very kind of like, please, this is just my interpretation. To me, it's very demonic. Okay, so the sad thing is that there is a song out there. This man lost his mother over there. It says here, a Charlotte man said that his mother died under mysterious circumstances while going to Haiti in July to do a Vodou spiritual retreat in Haiti. Like I said, when I heard that, I was like, this is not victim blaming at all, because I'm sure that that is the last thing she expected for her to happen. But I'm like, who would even like, who would even think that that would be the right thing to do ever? Or not ever, but like right now at all. Especially, like I said, knowing how Haiti has been struggling the past, couple years, excuse me. So it says here, Timothy Jackson said that his mother, Dana Jackson, went to Haiti on July 1st and was supposed to return on July 26th, but that never happened. Timothy said that the circumstances surrounding his mom's death, they're not adding up. She said, it says here, it was a trip. Timothy was hesitant. So, her son was like, I don't think you should be doing something like that, right? He said he was hesitant, but he said he was uneasy about the trip altogether, but his mom was so persistent. Dana Jackson has been researching about Vodou practices for 4 years and was ready to take it to the next step. She wanted to become a priest and a priestess, I guess you could say, and sign up for the retreat in Haiti. After she booked the ticket from Charlotte to Miami to Haiti, her son was worried about the unstable political climate in Haiti, but the two agreed they will talk as much as possible. This is what he said. We talked, and she told me she was fine once they got there, and she said we will talk once a day or even more. But one day, okay, the talking stopped all completely. He says the last text I received from my mother was July 12th. They were going to a church the following day to pray for her. I mean, that says so much just right there, right? That says a lot because you know, you guys know I'm a Christian, I believe in Jesus Christ. I'm just saying, like, if somebody comes to me, even anybody like who can approach you, like even in church, I mean, we'll pray over it, right? Whatever it is that you're asking for the prayer, we'll pray. We might move location or something if we're getting away from like a crowd of people, like loud music, just to kind of concentrate more. But if you need prayer, I don't need to wait till the next day for you to go to church and like I'll find me there, go, like we'll pray in the moment, right? So that's like, to me, that's a red flag. It says here that they were going to church the following day to pray for her. I knew at this part of the ceremony she wouldn't have access to her phone. And he said, I did the research and that was common. So once again, the people who practice voodoo, they believe about ceremonies and like, ceremonies, sacrifices, all of that stuff, sacrificing animals. I remember learning about this even growing up in the Dominican Republic, and how, I would see, like I told you guys, I think in one of my videos before, how my mom, me and my mom will go shopping, right? Food shopping. And, behind the big supermarket, a very popular supermarket over there in Santo Domingo, they had like a Haitian market, I guess you can say. And, whatever, it's almost like whatever we couldn't afford in the big fancy supermarket, my mom will be like, okay, now we gotta go back in the back to shop some of the vendors there because they have affordable things, right? So we will go there. I always felt like uneasy over there because there was like a lot of people and it was always like muddy, meaning like, they were just set up outside and the rain or shine, they were always there, right? And that's how they make their living. So if it rained a lot, it was always muddy and like our shoes will get dirty and things like that. And, there was a language barrier too. Not everybody who was there, the vendors didn't speak Spanish. And it was a lot of, hand communicating, little words, or like waiting for somebody to come and translate. And, I will see a lot of people smoking the big cigars, and that, I didn't, like I said, I remember that, but it's not like I like going there, like I can't wait to go over there. I remember the market setup and all of that, like it was so many tables, almost one on top of the other. So, but every time I would see people with the big cigars, right, and they always had like the head covering, I will picture, this is so crazy that I'm thinking about that. I would picture in my head, like, I would question, like, why are always, like, a lot of them smoking? And then, I'm like, later on, I'm like, maybe, I don't know if it's the religion that they believe that they use a lot of smoke. They use a lot of cigars. And I think it goes to same with my light just went off. I think it goes to same with it goes with, is this okay? It's recording, excuse me. My light just went off here. It goes with a lot of the things that they believe in, the rituals that they do, okay? So that's what I was thinking. Let me see if I can get the light going over here. So That's better. Okay. So it was just like, interesting. But this is what he said. She said, Dana told him that she will measures him back on July 21st. So the son is saying, like, I know she was going to do the last part of the retreat. They were going to be in a church. They were going to do a ceremony, and she was not going to have access to her phone. And she was going to, they were going to pray for her, which I thought that was kind of interesting that he said that. So then after July 21st, they never spoke again. And he said on the 22nd, he said, I had an eerie feeling that he had no messages on the WhatsApp, okay? Then he received a call from his grandfather July 22nd. His grandfather told him that his mother had died. And then he pulled the itinerary and called the lady in charge and asked her what happened. And they immediately asked him, how do you know that she died? Then they say she had gone through the ritual but got sick and had a stroke. Then she had seizures. Then they changed it up and said that she had an asthma attack. So that's interesting that they called the father first, right? So maybe it could have been something that she put as an emergency contact. And be like, if anything happened, call my dad. Probably don't tell my son, the bad news or something. So, but then they question this when the son called. They say, how do you know? Like, who told you? So that, that's very interesting that they will say that. But they say during the ritual, she got sick. So what did they do there? I mean, like I said, I'm sorry to say it, whoever believes in this, but when you do rituals like that, especially for voodoo and things like that, you are playing with the enemy. Okay, and these people use a lot of sacrifice. If they use animal sacrifices and the blood of animals, you can only imagine. And I just, it's just so sad that this happened to her, right? But yeah, like this, you have to remember, guys. I pulled this information to tell you in 2020, in 2021, their president security team failed him completely that these attackers were able to drive up to the home of the president of this country that was supposed to have the maximum protection ever. And okay, one thing is to, when there's a country that is against the president or whatever, like it happened in my country with Trujillo, right? They waited for him to pass by this avenue and they made the whole plan and, they took him out. But this president suffered in Haiti in 2021, Jovenel Moise, he suffered so much that this man, not only was he betrayed by his own wife, he was calling for their security team to act up and say, they're breaking in, they're coming to, to take care, to kill me, he said basically. And he got no response. And not only that, I remember making videos about this because people like, how do you know it was their own people who did it? Well, if you want to know what it is, killers, they always leave their mark in their body of the victim. So, President Jovenel Moise was shot 12 times and had a bullet wounds to his forehead and several to his torso. His left eye has been gouged out and bones in his arm and in his ankle has been broken. Told me that's not some type of ritual, right, that they were doing with him. To gouge just one of his eye, his left eye, right, to shot him 12 times. He had bullet in his forehead and several on his torso, and the bones of his arm and his ankle were broken. Not only did they attack him like that, the way he was killed, the way that the body was found. I remember reading about this, when the news came out in 2021. I'm like, wow, that is a ritual thing that they did on this man. So this is what I'm saying. I couldn't believe that this woman from Charlotte, Dana, like, do you know what these people do to their own president? Like, I was like, oh my goodness. There are people, like I said, who go there with mission work to kind of hand bread to these people in need, and they end up being kidnapped. So yeah, that's not a place that I would recommend anybody planning to go there. People are gonna, people who have family there and still, that's a different thing. They know who can, keep them safe, I guess you could say. They know the land, they know how they operate. But even watching on YouTube, people going there to do travel blogs and things like that, they don't feel that safe. You can see it. You can see just normal YouTubers going there to make videos because everything is about content, regardless of your safety. You can see that they're not 100% safe. So the mic is like on my face. So yeah, I wouldn't recommend that. It's so sad that this, Timothy had to go through this. He said, they told her that she went through the whole ritual, but during the ritual, she got sick. He said, I feel like they manipulated and lied to my mom, and I feel I can't be quiet about it. So that's why he came out to the news and started speaking about it. So, let me know what you guys think, okay? Let me know what you guys think. Just thinking about it now briefly, about talking about before, like I said, going to the market in the Dominican Republic. I always feel uneasy about it, not only because of, it's almost like you feel like we would leave the big supermarket in Santo Domingo, and right behind it was the market, basically made up by all Haitian vendors, right? Yes, they had great price. A lot of the women there were super nice, even though I could barely understand what they were telling me. But then you have like the men, they would just look at you weird. It's almost like they were trying with their eyes, trying to get like inside of your mind or something. And it's almost like, I know they're like bending and like they're trying to sell, that's their living. But it was like I was a young girl too, right? I was just going there with my mom. Even so, I couldn't feel like 100% like that I wanted to be there, right? My mom had a lot of street smart. She was very smart, and she wasn't afraid of anything. So, it's not like I didn't feel safe because I know like who my mom is. I just, I just couldn't. I didn't like them looking at me like that, and it was just a very eerie feeling. But if you have any opinions about this, about what happened to this woman, and if you want to leave a comment, go ahead and leave it. And if you know anybody who perhaps in the past had practiced this religion or this belief that they do a lot of rituals, that I know, okay? I know about voodoo for a long time. I grew up in the DR. I know, it just, especially being a Christian, growing up in the Christian church in the Dominican Republic, they will always mention things like that. Like that's something that you do not want to do ever, right? So let me know what you guys think about this. Thank you so much, everybody, for coming back to my channel. Thank you so much for listening in the podcast. Have a good day. God bless. Hi everybody, this is Julissa. I'm here to invite you to my podcast, Julissa Designs, and it can be found on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, and Spotify. You can join me every day as I make episodes of the latest news, real life stories, and I also share my favorite Bible verse. Hope to see you then. God bless. Everybody, this is Julissa. Thank you so much for coming to my YouTube channel. Please don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. And if you want to know more about me, you can always visit www.julissadesigns.com. Have a great day, everybody. God bless.